Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Reese set 133-203C set of interlocking weather stripping. So this kit is comprised of two different shapes, and the 133 is the L angle. That's here. Just an L hook is all this is. This could be used in the system that we're going to go over now. This is also really just an L hook that you would use potentially on an interlocking threshold, where this is mounted to the face of the door and connects to or communicates to the lip of the threshold. This is the 133 part of the part number, just the L hook. But in this application, it's meant to be attached flat to the face of the door with the hook protruding off. Then the 203 portion is this rolled over version here, and is meant to interlock together just like this in a proper type of installation. So this is an interlock weather stripping application that you would find likely very successful to use. Let's see here now. We would have to install it, maybe if you were to install this at the header of a door opening on the pull side of doors that swung out, and this was your door that would swing out, and when it would close it would communicate together like this. That's the vinyl insert that's there. It's typical for that to run long. Okay, what we'll do is we'll flip it around to the other side. You could also install this on the lock side of the door as well, I suppose, if you could determine exactly how you would account for any projecting hardware like the strike lip. But you're not really going to be able to install this on the hinge side of the door because it's just not meant to be installed there, because you're not going to really have... actually, you might. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, I would say that you're not going to be able to install this on the hinge side of the door, because the way that the door is going to have to rotate to come out, you may have some trouble with that actually working. You'd have to test it to see if you could get it on there. But this would be best applied in a header application, is where you would really use this. Okay. And probably best suited for a flush door and frame application as well. A typical door could be easily inset, but the issue will be that the inset, if this is mounted at the header, the door will actually be more appropriately shown like this, because the door is actually inset into the frame, whereas a flush installation would cause, meaning a flush door and frame installation would cause some compression there. So I think really, if you're looking for a good interlock for the top of the door, which of course is a significant point of water intrusion, and you have a flush door and frame installation, I think this unit might work out quite well for you in a scenario like that. Now, this material is also available in, well, this is the C for clear aluminum finish. It's also available in the D for dark bronze, and then also in the G for a gold anodized finish. Let's go over the dimensional properties of this. The 203, they have it at, let's see here now, 1 inch overall width. Looks like it might be, yeah, exactly that. Dimension that they really don't give here is going to be the overall projection. Looks like that's at 5/8. Okay. Now the 103, the L hook, pardon me, the 133, overall about 15/16. They don't really give that at all, with an overall width of about 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Now, there's a link below this video to a document called Product Catalog where you can review the sister product to this item, which would be the 202 and 203 model, which would be more appropriate for use at the header of an installation. And again, be mindful of how they're showing that installed, where they're really showing where it says this equipment is ideally suited for metal doors with transoms. Be mindful of what they're showing there, because the metal doors is actually shown standing proud, according to just looking at the drawing, of what would be the header or the mullion above the opening. And that's not realistic. Now, if they're showing the door marginally ajar, that would make sense. But do keep in mind that, you know, the only way they could be showing that appropriately as drawn would be with the door ajar as well. Also of note would be the 132 and 133 series of material that's on there, which would be, of course, mounted on the push side of the opening, which could significantly improve the weather seal rating of the door itself. Now, this set of 133 and 203 is listed in the website in several different lengths, everything basically from 2 foot to 8 foot. We can supply longer than 8 foot. We just don't list it because the cost to ship that material is generally prohibitive when you certainly need smaller quantities. However, longer quantities, or I should say greater quantities, if you needed 50 sets of the material that were 14 foot in length, the cost to transport that becomes somewhat negligible at that point. If you have need for a custom length, by all means, let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you would like for us to ship the material out at. And the reasoning is if you had to take, let's say, a 32 or a 36-inch set like what we have here, and cut the material down to, say, 32-inch, you would, what you'd probably do is eliminate that slotted hole that's there, which is very handy to have because it will allow you to tailor the opening, the installation, exactly as required by the condition of that exact door and frame in relationship to each other, with how plumb it is, or how square it's installed, or how level the sill might be, which will affect the frame. Or it will also help compensate for a misdrilled hole when you're pre-drilling the holes for the screws. And by the way, screws are included in a complementary finish. Okay, these are just sheet metal screws, typical sheet metal screws. And the point of all of that is if you have need for a custom length, let us know. Order the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to ship the material out at, and we'll give you that first slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge, but the proper center to center as well. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Reese products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Reese, part number 133-203 in a C or clear anodized finish, or any other Reese product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.